Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Nick from Hammer Down Digital, and recently I have become completely obsessed with what are called EDC videos. That's EDC. EDC stands for Everyday Carry, and it's basically just videos that show people carry on their person, when they leave the house every day. Now, the amazing part to me is not exactly really what they carry, right? So, I'm not really interested in the little gadgets and stuff. What really amazes me is how much stuff people carry with them every single day. I'm not gonna lie, I think a lot of the videos I see that most people aren't actually carrying what they say they're carrying. At least not in their pockets, because many of them wear very tight jeans, and I think you would see them. Like I've seen videos where there's like a 1 foot by 1 foot, square of stuff, and I just can't imagine carrying that much stuff on me at any given time. For one thing, I get very claustrophobic when there's stuff in my pockets and my pockets are full. I just don't like the feeling. It makes me really uncomfortable. But two, I just don't understand how you could even have that much room in your pockets. So I'm not calling them liars, but I think they may not be telling the truth. So with that out of the way, let me get down to what I carry in my pocket. And I have pretty much carried the same thing in my pockets every day since I was, probably 14. I've added things here and there, but pretty much always it's been the same old thing. So let's take a look at the first thing. So the first thing I always carry on me is my keys. I carry these things with me everywhere I go, every single day. They pretty much never leave my pocket. And the only time they're not in my pocket is when I'm at home and they're on the counter. There's a couple things on my key ring that are maybe a little different than most people carry. The first thing is this, which is a handcuff key. And I read many years ago, a guy got kidnapped and they put handcuffs on him. From that book, I did a little research and I found out that all handcuff keys are pretty much the same. And not even pretty much the same, they're all exactly the same. And that you can buy a little handcuff key very cheap, and you can always keep it on you, so that way if you do ever get kidnapped, you could theoretically escape. While I have never had the opportunity to use this, I've always just kept it on there just because I'm weird and paranoid, so I always have that on me at all times. So if you ever do decide to kidnap me, maybe use duct tape. Next up on my key ring is this little tool right here. And it's just a flathead screwdriver. And I don't even really use it as a flathead screwdriver. Usually what I use it as is a prying tool. Now, in the world of EDC, there's all kinds of crazy little thingies that are multi-tools. But the problem with a multi-tool is that the more tools that you add on to a multi-tool, the less good it is at being an individual tool, right? So I did for a while have one of those multi-tools. It was a flat thing, and it had wrenches, it had a screwdriver on one end, it had Phillips on another end, bottle opener, etc., etc. There was a few other things on it, and honestly, I just never used any of that stuff. My wife got this for me one Christmas, and it also came with a Phillips head. And then eventually I realized I just never used the Phillips head, so I took it off. And this was the only one I ever used. I do keep a toolkit in my car just in case I ever need tools, but I've never run into a problem that this couldn't solve one way or the other. So that's the next thing on my key. And the last thing is this right here, which is a paracord thingamajig. And my buddy Mike actually made this for me forever ago when I was in high school. So must have been at least 10, or maybe it was after high school. I bet you, but it was at least 10 years ago. And he made this for me, and I put it on my keychain, and I just kept it. Now it actually is really useful because it just lets me find my keys way easier. As soon as you feel it, you can just pull them out. But I just leave it on there just because my buddy Mike made it for me, and I like that. So that's the first piece of equipment I always carry on me. So the next thing I always carry on me is my wallet. I like just a normal bifold wallet. This one I actually don't love because it has this middle thing. I'd like that removed. I'd prefer it if that wasn't on there. But it's just got these like card slots. And I used to carry a money clip, but I don't anymore because I never carry cash. I only ever carry cards. And I know that there's card holders specifically, but I like having them spread out so I can see what they are. And most of the card holders just kind of put them all like right one on top of the other. So you have to like flip through them, and I just don't like that. Bifold wallet with all these little slots instead. It is a little thicker than I like, but I mean, maybe I'm just used to it. It's in my pocket all the time. Again, everywhere I go, I always put this in my pocket before I leave my house. The one weird thing about this is behind my license, which I took out so that none of y'all could steal my identity, but behind my license is this picture of my dad. My mom had scanned into the computer, and she scanned like all of her photos into the computer, and then she just didn't have anything to do with them. So she asked me if I wanted it, and I said sure. But I didn't have anywhere to put it because this is 2021 and all of my pictures are on my phone, or I don't have like a photo album. So I stuck it in my wallet, and that's where it's remained ever since. But he's a handsome little devil. So that is my second piece of equipment, is my bifold wallet. Thirdly, I have my phone, iPhone 11, pretty standard, carry with me everywhere. This is really, so like, a lot of the EDC videos, they always carry like a little notebook on them. They carry a flashlight. They carry, you know, a couple other little things. But really, this has everything built into it that I could possibly want or need. And my cats are looking at something on the ceiling. So there's no need for me to carry that other stuff. Anything that I don't have, there's probably an app for it. So I'll just download the app. This is pretty much, I mean, this is like my brain. I feel like I've just put everything in this thing. I don't go anywhere without it, including at home. This probably isn't outside of maybe like 7 feet from me at any given time. And I feel uncomfortable when it's not on me. I feel as though it's like almost a part of me. So I feel weird and kind of naked without it. So I always keep that on me. Which brings us to the final piece of my everyday carry. And this one is actually a little weird. I know I was just talking a lot of shit about people who carry stuff they don't really use or need. But the other thing that I like to carry, these little arcade games. So this one's Pac-Man. And I actually don't love Pac-Man. That's not my favorite. I know I was just talking about how your phone has everything you need on it. But there's a lot of stuff I don't like about gaming on my phone, right? So like the ads. It seems like there's always ads popping up. It seems like everything is set to a timer. Like they're really set up to like really suck as much energy or like as much time and as much money out of you as possible. My cats are going crazy. So this is my Galaga one, and it has Galaga and Galaga, Galaxion, and Xevious. So that's my Galaga one. This is my pride and joy. This is my Game & Watch, my 35th anniversary Game & Watch, and this thing is sick. And I just found out this rad little Easter egg. Actually, I'll show it to you right now. Hold the A button when you're on the clock. It'll bring up this little menu and play this adorable little song. Oh. So yeah. So this is my favorite one. This is actually the one I usually carry on me. And then occasionally I'll carry Tetris. Galaga is a little bigger than I like, but I'll carry it with me. But these are great for like when you're in like line, if you have to go to the doctors, you're in a waiting room, if you are, you know, if you're just in the middle of something, you want to do something, waste a little time, but you can immediately get out of it. Like there's really no consequence to ending one of these games because you're just gonna have to start over again anyways, you know. So that's the one kind of weird thing that I carry on me, is these little mobile arcade games. And that, my friends, is my everyday carry. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought down in the comments, and let me know what you're carrying on your person every day. If you wear really tight jeans, tell me how you fit so much stuff in your pants. Thank you. Have a wonderful night.